Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Allen. I'm your instructor for your Math 119 course. I'm looking forward to a very successful semester with you all. I'm going to introduce some things, including the D2L information and our course information. Okay, this is just a brief introduction. I'm sure we'll have questions as the week goes through, especially this first couple of weeks. So don't be shy to ask questions. So I'm going to do a screen share here, and I'm going to share my D2L site for this course. And there it is. Yours is going to be a little bit different than mine because I'm the instructor. However, there are some important things I want to point out to you. There's the course home. That's what this is. There's content. Okay, that's where your assignments are going to be. There are grades. That's going to be important to you, I'm sure. And then there are activities. Sometimes I'll have you do an assignment or something and you'll upload it under assignments. There's also communication. You can communicate with me via emailing this way or just the standard Delta email. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is actually the general page. So one thing to note is these news items. You'll see news items here at least a couple times a week. A lot of the supporting documentation I give you for the assignments will be there for you to download. Okay. And also some information, reminders of due dates and whatnot, or things that might be modified because you never know what's going to happen, could be there as well. And then also there's a calendar. Now nothing's really on the calendar right now because the course hasn't started yet. And in fact, when I activate the course tonight, I just want you to realize that you will not be able to access the software for the course until tomorrow. So let's talk about that software. That's under the content. Now, as you know, we're going to use a Newton. If you've bought it already, the code already at the bookstore, we're going to use a Newton program. This program, you can access several different ways. If you haven't gotten the code, or if you did get the code, just click one of these, you should be able to click one of these assignments. And then it's going to take you to a page, and then it's going to ask you for the course info. It's going to ask you for if you have a code. If you have a code, great. If you don't have the code, pay by credit card, that's fine as well. Either way, it's about the same price. In fact, I think it's a little cheaper if you don't buy it from the bookstore. It's like by a couple bucks, nothing much. Okay. So now, once you do that, you should be able to access the program. You don't need an instructor code or anything like that. If you start at the D2L site, should be able to get it directly from that point. Okay, so I click an assignment and I launch the tab. And your option, you're not going to have this option. I'm going to, though, because I'm the instructor, so I have a different setup. So I'm going to preview as you would. So we start with using the distributive property on this expression. Okay, let's suppose I forget how to use the distributive property. What do I do? Well, if I looked at the notes that I sent out and the videos that I give you periodically throughout those notes, I might be able to do this. But if I still can't, well, that's okay too, because there's more instruction. And so I view the instruction, and it gives me several different options. So sometimes it gives me this video option where it gave me a YouTube video and it shows me how to do it in YouTube video. Sometimes it gives me a text information, just like the textbook. The textbook that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes actually dovetails exactly like this program does. Okay. If I have questions about how to do things, not necessarily in math, but in the program itself, like say I'm having problems accessing it, this dialog box you should click, and it puts you directly in touch with an Alta Newton tech, and they're usually very good about answering your questions in a pretty efficient way. Okay, so make sure you do that. All right, so I would watch the video, then I would continue, and then it gives me a problem. Okay, I try that problem. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just put that in. And it tells me I'm correct. And then it takes me directly back. If it doesn't, then I keep working on this topic until the program thinks I have it. Okay, I've mastered it. All right, so now this is your mastery bar up here. It'll tell you how much you mastered. If you've mastered 75% or more, then basically for me, that's a complete assignment. Okay, you'll get full credit if this says 75% or more. Okay, so keep that in mind. Secondly, I want to go back to our D2L site. and share some more. So I'm going to go actually back directly to the D2L site. Arrow back a bit here. No, and of course it's not going to let me go back directly, so I'm going to go to the home page. Hopefully we can see this. Let's make sure we can still see this. So I'm going to stop share. Sorry about this. And go back. And then I'm going to go directly to that. Okay, so now I'm back to the D2L site. Okay, under course home, you get all the news items. You get the calendar. Under content, you have all the modules that we'll do. Okay, so the first module is the only one active right now. Well, it's not even active yet. It'll be active tomorrow. But under overview, and you received your syllabus already, but is your syllabus. So if you ever lose that email that I sent the syllabus out or you can't find it, it's here. Okay, let's go through a little bit of this. Okay. I'm going to hit some highlights. So my name is Tim Allen. The course is online. It's called an A. We're an asymmetric course, which means that basically there's no set class time. Okay. However, I will be available Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 11:30, basically via email. If this doesn't work for you, in other words, I'm talking about email question and answer, we can set up a Zoom session and we can try to work out things that way. Okay. Also, I check my email regularly throughout the day. Just because you didn't get a hold of me at those times doesn't mean you're not going to get a hold of me that day. If you don't get a hold of me that day, if you have to send an email out at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to answer until 8:30, between 8:30 and 11:30 the next day. Okay. But I do check it regularly, including on the weekends. Okay. So what's required? The Alta Newton software is required. You can get an access code from the bookstore, but as I said, you can purchase it directly off the website as well. Make sure you're logged on to the D2L site before you do that. Okay. Also, you will need a TI-83 or 84 calculator. That's really important that you have one. We're going to use it somewhat. And then the textbook isn't required. Okay. You have 3 entry points for the textbook. You can use the online version, which is free. You can use a PDF version, which is free but very clunky because you have to scroll down and there are hundreds of pages in this book. You can buy the PDF print version, but again, there are hundreds of pages, so it's going to be expensive to print. Or you can cough up $40 or so and buy the OpenStax textbook that matches up with this. I would recommend you just use the online version. This is just as good. It's just clicking links, and it dovetails exactly with the Newton coursework that you're going to be using. Okay, as far as like outcomes and objectives, course catalog. Refer to the course catalog, which I give there. Now, in this course, we have 7 modules with 7 quizzes. Each module has assignments. There are 15 total assignments. Each assignment is worth 20 points. Okay, that's a total of 300 points. Your quizzes are 50 points each for 350 points. So then the assignments are almost as much as the quizzes. I'm sorry. Yeah, almost as much as the quizzes. Okay. So your grade is broken down pretty much half homework, half quizzes. Darn close. Okay. Now you should hand in those quizzes and assignments on the due dates. We'll talk about that in a minute. Letter grades are pretty straightforward, just a straight scale. Okay. If you cannot make the assignment or the quiz, make sure you contact me. Let's say you get sick. A lot of illness going around right now. It's one reason why we're in the predicament we're in, why we're doing this course this way. If you get sick, please tell me. We can make arrangements. Okay. Now, as far as tentative outline, tentative means just that, subject to some change. I don't know how much change. You have about 2 weeks to complete each module. Okay. Within those 2 weeks, I send out information, supporting information. So tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, you'll see some supporting information on this site under news items. You should download those and read those. If I give you video links, you should read the video or you should watch the video links as well. I also make my own personal videos over that information that I will put out sometime during the week. Okay. Might not be the first day, but it'll be during the week. Okay? Those are helpful as well. You have from the 11th to the 25th to complete the first module. Do not wait until the 24th. You won't get it done. I guarantee you, you won't get it done. Okay? You will need to have a few days to work on this. There are several sections during this 2 weeks, okay, that are covered in the textbook. Your quiz overlaps that window a little bit. It goes from the 22nd to the 25th. So if you get it done on the 21st and you want to take the quiz, you can take it on the 22nd. You get done on the 22nd. Okay, I'm ready to take the quiz. Then take the quiz. Okay? If you don't get it done until the 25th, you can take the quiz the same day. Okay? Just make sure you get it done on those due dates. Okay? Now, if you have any questions, make sure to contact me. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Answer some questions for you. I'm sure you'll have more questions, which are fine. Just give me a holler. All right. Now, tomorrow you should expect to see in your news items some supporting information about those about Module 1. Okay. Take care.